cattle.
We had a report that he's dead. He's shot.
They basically broke into his house and then shot him through the doorway.
Seems to be doing all right. Maybe at the junction.
This is politically. Hawezi watoa hapa. Juu anawategemea wampigie ku.
Agora na kutoka albayeni ezara udabayo madam ogure kijoni.
Kishinya na dena obadal ikidirta shaka liwa sabon. Aman geber ele. Aman geber ne shinya ngoje. Ne na mishu.
Severe drought has ravaged East Africa since the beginning of 2017, pushing people off their land in search of food. Thousands of nomadic herders from the north of Kenya have invaded the central county of Laikipia. They bring with them hundreds of thousands of cattle and guns. As the country prepares to hold a general election on August the 8th, dozens have died in months of clashes that threatened to return the nation to the mass violence that led to the deaths of 1,300 people in 2007.
Police have recovered the body of a British man shot at a private ranch in the north of the country.
In March of this year, Tristan Voorspuy, a former British Army officer, was killed by armed herders who had invaded his ranch. His attackers ransacked the property, pillaging and burning houses. Voorspuy went ahead on his horse to reason with them, alone and unarmed, against the advice of his assistant manager, David Macharia.
The plane and the helicopter was sent up, and we had a report that he's dead. He's shot. He was found right here. He didn't have anything, no gun, no radio. It was only his phone, so he was ready for dialogue.
The Samburu and Pokot are tribal cattle herders. In recent years, climate change and a rapid increase in population and cattle numbers have left their northern rangelands parched and unable to regenerate. Grass, the staple diet for their cattle, has disappeared.
Kishinya na dena obadal ikidirta shaka liwa sabon. Aman geber ele. Aman geber ne shinya ngoje. Ne na mishu. Na tambata nimekera uyoni nje ngoje tena di jeba. Na ngoje na telongo nubo nene.
The Samburu and Pokot have suffered many years of governmental neglect. With little access to education or jobs, poverty has led to a breakdown of traditions and a critical disregard for tribal elders.
Aido ya almurran. Aido ya welleng nigi joga mani magi yo ndoga na jela rabal. Na gwara na kutoka albayeni ezara udabayo madam ogure kijoni kijo.
Politicians have been accused of arming young herders in exchange for political support.
Okola tongana na gada dalang na tenoponu na ga yo kura kiyo. Nago neja nago doga otanya metete.
Many of these politicians are also so-called cattle barons, rich Kenyans who invest their wealth in large herds and hide behind the pastoralists to get access to pasture. White ranchers have become the focus of the media's attention because of Voorspuy's murder, leading to the conflict being painted in racial terms. Matt Evans' family has lived on this ranch for over 50 years.
I don't know how my white settling, they're like born and raised here, with all my parents born and raised here and my grandparents.
In the evenings, he rounds up illegal cattle he finds grazing on his land.
We had a lorry come here one night, cut the fence, broke into the container, stole all the fertilizer, 600 bags of fertilizer is a huge amount, man. See, anybody thinks this is about grass is delusional. The sort of game we're playing now, where you go and catch cattle and take them home, has been going on for years, yeah? And it's just accepted, okay, if you get caught illegal grazing, then you turn up the next day and you talk about it. It was kind of friendly, yeah? Where it's now, you know, it's getting violent, and I don't know who's supplying the arms, but there's guys behind it supplying all these guys with government ammunition. Where we're going now, actually, one of our guys got shot. They basically broke into his house and then shot him through the doorway. There'll probably be guys watching us now from the bush over there.
As night falls, the risk of ambush increases. Tonight, they catch 50 cattle, but in the week that follows, they will be invaded by thousands more. Although white ranchers have received most of the attention, Kenyan smallholders have endured most of the violence. Over 30 people have died in the raids since the beginning of the year. In this village, a young girl was recently raped.
Wanatoka hapa tu kwa msituni, alafu wanakuja kwa manyumbani huko. Wanakuja na hii chuma na doa, wanafuja milango alafu wanaingia ndani. Lakini beleni walikuwa naibaga busi na ng'ombe. Sasa hata haiku inatufanya sisi tuondoke, tulikuwa tunatulia. Lakini sasa kwa vile walifanya hiyo vitendo, tukaona ni vitendo baya, sio ndio inatufanya tuondoke.
Francis Gachuhi had his entire herd of cows stolen.
Sana. Iko mtu hapa. Napiga kelele akinitisha. Ilikuwa imefungwa kugonga hivi. Na kitu kama chuma. Jaribu kutoka. Nikupiga risasi. Juu mwenye alishikwa na serikali juu ya kuchochea hiyo maneno alikuwa mbunge wa sehemu hii ya North.
That MP is Matthew Lemprokel, an opposition member who has had repeated run-ins with the law. He recently came under personal investigation in relation to the murder of Tristan Voorspuy. Lemprokel was recorded on several occasions inciting Samburu herders to invade private property.
That a white settler has just come, grabbed the land, the community will take the law on their hands. Enough is enough.
We met Matthew Lemprokel at his father's settlement, where he had gone to obtain his elder's blessing to run for another term.
I am a Samburu, I am a pastoralist. I'm brought up of that environment. It's unfortunate that we are in an election year. My opponent can say anything. The whole allegations is just political.
So have you been saying to young herders that they can't go on this land?
No. How do I send them? It's even very difficult to send them because there are the claims that I'm sending them so that they come in, I get more votes, I be elected. You can interview most of them. They don't even know what's voting. Most of them doesn't even have an ID card. You see, they only believe in a cow.
Shortly after Tristan Voorspuy's murder, Kenyan troops were sent to keep the peace in Laikipia. Despite their presence, thousands of herders are still occupying ranchers' land, slaughtering wildlife, and terrorizing the local population.
Because hakuna serikali eti nitategemea. Hakuna serikali nitategemea. Nipate bunduki ya kulinda mali yangu. If God willing, me to have one gun, I'll have for defending my animals.
As elections draw near, many fear that ethnic tensions fanned by politicians in Laikipia could escalate further and risk the country's security once again.